Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. And we are going to quickly discuss the books that I read in December and then play our TBR game for January. So December is December, right? Like, I don't know anybody who isn't frazzled for the entire month of December. Unless they don't celebrate anything in any way, then good for you, because December's a lot. I hope everyone had the perfect holiday season, regardless of what that means to you. I hope it was wonderful. Our life, we celebrate Christmas. We have 5 kids. Some of them have kids. It was a lot. I actually ended up reading more books than I expected to. I did read 4, and I have to tell you that I finished 2 of those within the last 3 days. So it was looking pretty bleak there for a minute. But I did end up finishing Brimstone, of course, because Brimstone. This one is just one of those feel-good reads for me. I loved Quicksilver, I really did. And I rated it on Simply Vibes, and I'm rating Brimstone on Simply Vibes. I love the world, I love the characters, it's just so much fun. It's been a while since I read Quicksilver. And when I started Brimstone, I just had this smile on my face because it was so much fun to be back with those characters. So Brimstone got 5 stars. And then I did finish Metal Slinger last night. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't as wonderful as a lot of people think it is. And that's great. I'm glad people are loving it. I rated it 3.25 stars. I enjoyed the plot line and the characters, and the originality of the book was fantastic. I did like that. The world building and the politics, I enjoyed it. As far as the big plot twist at the end, it didn't feel as believable to me as I feel like it should have. Like, it was a stretch, I think. So it kind of just didn't have the impact that other people experienced. I did enjoy the book, though. I will be reading the next one. I don't know if I'm going to be racing out to get the next one, but I will be reading it. And then Good Spirits was one of my book club picks for this month. Actually, it was the pick for a lot of the book clubs that I'm in. So, like, 4 birds, 1 stone with that situation. I think there was 4 different clubs that chose that book. I gave this one 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It was so much fun. It was just one of those sweet Christmas romances. I am not someone who really enjoys ghost books. This year, I've read 2 of them and enjoyed them both. The other one was The Dead Romantics, and I think I gave that one, I think I might have given that one 5 stars. So I am a little bit surprised that I enjoyed those as much as I did, but I am glad. And I will be reading more from B.K. Boris, and that was my first by her. I did like it a lot, and I will be reading the next one for sure. Red City by Marie Lu. This one I finished maybe a day or 2 ago. It took me forever to read. I say that, but I mean, in actuality, it was probably only like 4 weeks, but it feels like forever. I got the arc through NetGalley. I did like this book, and actually, it's hard for me because I don't want to say that I didn't enjoy it, because I did. It was definitely a little bit outside of my normal genre preferences, but it actually rated higher than Good Spirits and Metal Slinger. Like, I gave Red City 4.25 stars after I broke it down into my 5 categories. I thought, for most of that book, that it was only going to get about a 3 star, 3.5 star, because I just didn't feel like I was having as much fun while reading it as I do most other books. Well, not most, some other books. But then when I broke it down, she did a great job. A great job. The story was awesome. The characters were complex and interesting. It was very well done. So it ended up getting 4.25 stars. And that was also my first Marie Lu book. I know that a decade ago or more, when I had my book blog, she was very popular. I had never read anything from her. And this shows me that when I'm in the mood for something a little bit different, she's a good one to go to. So I will be reading more from her. The last one I want to touch on is Wolfie. I did try this. If you've been here before, you know that I have about 15 years of professional editing experience, and I really struggled with this story. I soft DNF'd it at about page 60. My eye naturally finds those little errors, and I can overlook a lot of them if the story is great. And this story started out great, but there were some errors that were just too big for me to overlook, like numerous comma splices and sentences without ending punctuation. There's just some things that make the experience unenjoyable, and I was afraid that that's where this book was heading. So I put it down. Will I go back to it? Maybe. Maybe someday I'll be feeling carefree and I'll pick it up and it'll be great. As of right now, I don't know. So that's what I did in December. I am hoping to get some great books on the TBR for January, because January always feels like a refresh, right? Like you hit the reset button. 2026 is going to be fantastic. We're going to set goals. We're going to do the things. I just want to read some really great books. That's really all I want to do. I will have a video out soon with a few goals in mind. I have not set goals in many years because I've just been on the hamster wheel of life. Go to work, come home, take care of the house, do the things, edit, go to sleep, get up, do it all over again. Now that I have this channel and I want to do things with it, I feel like I could actually set some goals for myself. We'll see how that pans out, because I like the idea of setting goals. So we'll see how I go about it when I finally do it. I have a few notes written down from watching other creators' goal videos. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's coming soon. Right now, we're going to do this TBR game, and we're going to see if we can get some good books on the list. All right, let's go. Roll number 1. Completely off the board. We got a 2. 1, 2. Spinner wheel. Okay, let's see. Enchanted Stacks TBR. Spinning. Unload. Well, this means that I get to ditch a book, but I haven't even gotten any books on the board yet. So let's respin. It's no fun if we don't use it. Spinning. Redo on reserve. Well, okay. It seems that the spinner wheel is just gonna be nice to me today, which is fantastic. Okay, so redo on reserve. Let's go with roll number 2. Roll number 2. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. TBR jar. Let's see what we can get out of here. Hopefully something wonderful. Purple. Colors don't mean anything. Also, if you guys have any prompts, leave them in the comments. I do have quite a few in there, but I would love to add some more. And I will put your name on them and announce who they're from. An author you've never read before. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. Let's figure that one out. Okay, so for an author I've never read from, I chose To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. I have an e-arc of this from NetGalley, thank you. And it says, enter the brutal world of Endlock, a prison where the wealthy hunt the inmates for sport. The first novel in an electrifying dystopian romance series, this high-octane debut about forbidden love, found family, and a fight for survival will leave you breathless. I think you've probably seen a lot of other creators talking about this one. It sounds great, though. I'm excited to read this one, and it comes out March 3rd. So I would like to get this read in January, and it ticks off my arc for the month as well. So, To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. Next roll. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spinner wheel. Alright, another spinner wheel. Let's hope the screen recording is working because I have not looked. Alright, I'll show you just in case. Outside your comfort zone, of course. Why wouldn't it? This is actually pretty good, honestly. I reached out to a bunch of creators and asked them to recommend me a book so that I could do 12 books by 12, or 12 books from friends in 2026, you know, one per month. And I asked them to recommend stuff that isn't necessarily romantasy because that's my comfort zone. That's where I always gravitate to. So I do have some recommendations from some creators, and quite a few of them are actually outside my comfort zone. Let me just see if the one I'm thinking is available on Libby or Hoopla first. Okay, so for outside my comfort zone and a creator recommendation, I'm going to go with The Predator by Runix. This was recommended to me by Lindsay at She Is Booked and Busy. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object in the field of death? In the dark underbelly of the mob, Tristan Kane has been an anomaly. As the only non-blooded member in the high circle of the Tenebrae outfit, he is an enigma to all. His skills are unparalleled, his morality is questionable, and his motives are unknown. He is lethal, and he knows it. As does Marana Vitalio, the genius extraordinaire daughter of the rival family. What Kane does with weapons, Marana does with computers. When a 20-year-old mystery resurfaces, Marana infiltrates Kane's house, intent on killing him, unaware of a tie that binds them together. Hate, heat, and history clash together with unexpected sparks. But something bigger, something worse is happening in their world, and despite their animosity, only they can fight it down. So this sounds good. I did tell everyone that I asked that I was looking for more contemporary romance, dark romance, and like thrillers. So this was the one that she suggested, and I'm glad. It was actually on my TBR already. I had just not gotten to it yet, so I'm glad we got that. Now, let's go for our next roll. Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3. Oy vey. This actually means go back to start and keep all the books that you have. I think we got this last month too. It didn't turn out too badly, so let's see what we got. Back to start we go. Rolling again. Starting over. 2. 1, 2. Spinner wheel. Okay, spinning. Unload again. I don't want to unload either one of them. You know what? This sounds a little ridiculous, but I'm going to use my redo on reserve to redo this spin. I don't want to unload any books because I like both of them a lot. So we're going to redo this spin. The nightmare. So the nightmare actually means to clear all of the chosen books so far and start over. I just said I didn't want to get rid of these books. My rule actually doesn't specify whether or not I have to start at the beginning again, but I'm going to, because if I clear the books, then I need all the spots in order to get a healthy TBR. So we are going back to the beginning again. Okay, first roll after the nightmare spin. I really wanted to keep those books too. Oh my goodness, 2 again. 1, 2. The spinner wheel. Okay, let's see. Double trouble. Okay, so double trouble means that I have to spin the Enchanted Stacks spinner wheel twice and do whatever those prompts are. So we are spinning again. Okay, spinning. Outside your comfort zone. Well, that's easy. I'm definitely going to go back to Predator by Runix. So that's perfect. Okay, spinning again. Unread Kindle wheel. Okay, so let's get there. Okay, this is most of the books that I have on Kindle that I have not read. I have bought a few in the past few weeks that are probably not on here, but that's okay. There's probably like 600 books or something on here to choose from. So let's spin. There's some stuff on here that could be really scary. Born for Silk. Let's find that. Okay. Born for Silk, The Cradled Common by Nikki Harris. Adore, pleasure, provide. 1,000 years of climate change, genetic testing, and war destroyed civilization as it was. From the remains came the age of the trade and the crown. In return for resources, security, and a meaningful purpose, citizens adapted a life of service to the new world. The land became the cradle, and humankind was henceforth known as the cradled common. Interesting. Young Aster is no different. If selected, she'll be the king's silk girl, a common human bred to adore and pleasure him and to provide the cradle with healthy babies for the trade. That is her meaningful purpose. But the king is more monster than man. The heir of the genetically enhanced breed, he was designed to survive and rule this new world. King Rome has a heart as black as his giant pet eagle's wings and a singular obsession, to reign. That stands until one day Aster puts her tiny human hand in his. But love is not a virtue in the cradle, because nothing could be more dangerous to the regime than having its merciless king fall in love with a common girl born for silk. Well, that sounds interesting. I'm glad I got that one. Awesome. Okay, so unread Kindle, Born for Silk by Nikki Harris. Let's go. 2, 1, 2. Another spinner wheel. That spinner wheel's getting its workout today. Okay, let's go back to the Enchanted Stacks, screen record, and spinning. I also want to look. Double trouble. Again. Remember when I said that this was being nice to me? Yeah, it's teaching me a lesson now. Okay, spinning. I'm nervous now. Outside your comfort zone. Again. I think it will spin it again. And then pick books for both. Next in series wheel. Okay. So that's not bad. I can do a next in series. That's actually really good because I've been thinking that I need to catch up on the Lady of Darkness series and get that read because I really want to read her next series that starts with Reign of Shadows and Endings, I think. And everyone says that you should read the Lady of Darkness series first. And I think I am on book 3, but I guess we'll see what the wheel gives me. But first, let's see if I can figure out something to read for outside my comfort zone. Okay, for outside my comfort zone, I think I'm going to go with Jade City by Fonda Lee. I know I should have read this series a long time ago, and I actually started the audio a long time ago, and it just didn't click then. I do think that I'm more receptive to it now, and it deserves a second shot. So we're going to go with Jade City by Fonda Lee for outside my comfort zone. If you have not heard of this, which would be shocking, honestly, it says Jade City is a gripping, Godfather-esque saga of intergenerational blood feuds, vicious politics, magic, and kung fu. And everyone seems to love this series, so it's about time I gave it another shot. Okay, let's spin the next in series wheel to see which series I get to continue. Bookshops and Bone Dust. Oh, that's perfect. I actually have a really cool special edition that a friend of mine sent me. So I actually have that physical, and I'm probably going to listen to it on audio because the first one was just fun on audio. Okay, so Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. This, I believe, is like a little, I guess it's not a novella. It's kind of like a prequel to the first one. When an injury throws a young, battle-hungry orc off her chosen path, she may find that what we need isn't always what we seek. So I really enjoyed the first one, so I'm excited about this one. Okay, next roll. 2. Man, if I was playing Yahtzee. 1, 2, TBR jar. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, I think that one must be the one since it jumped right into my lap. Let's see what it is. Please be nice. Romance with a royal family. First of all, I'm going to say that that's going to include romantasy because I'm probably not going to have any royal family romances, contemporary romances, or historical romances on my Goodreads because those aren't things that I generally go for. So let's find a romantasy with a royal family. Okay, so for romance with a royal family, I'm going to go with A Touch of Gold and Madness by K.L. DeVore. This is the first one in the Celestials of Arcadia series. It says fairy tales are for the naive. Princess assassin Grey Monroe is ordered by her father to kill the villainous prince responsible for starting a war that threw the world into a post-apocalyptic society. In a decrepit landscape where two magical species war with one another while a human militia hunts them all, Grey has only one thing on her mind: vengeance. With a single focus on killing the man who murdered her first love, she believes nothing will stop her. That is until she hesitates when she comes face to face with her nemesis at long last. That's only half of the synopsis. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We're going to go with A Touch of Golden Madness for Royal Family Romance. All right. Let's go. Man, I can't keep it on the stupid table today, or on the board today. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another TBR jar. All right. Some of these. A dark romance with a secret society. Ooh, that sounds really fun. Okay. Research. Okay, so for the dark romance with a secret society, I chose Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. No, I haven't read it yet. Yes, I should have, but here I am. According to Google, there is a secret society in this. I didn't know that, and the blurb doesn't specifically say it, so I'm going to count it. Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, a dark, atmospheric tale of deadly secrets and forbidden love. This has been on my Goodreads TBR forever, so I am really glad I'm getting to that one. Next roll. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spinner wheel. Spinning. Oh, be good, be good, be good. You're joking. Are you kidding me right now? What? So I'm sure you saw that we got our second nightmare of the game, which means we clear the list and start over again. Boy, I hope you guys were here for the long haul today, because this is going to take a minute. Holy cow. All right then. Starting over. What the heck? Okay. First roll after our second nightmare spin. 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a free space. It doesn't count for anything. It's not wild. Rolling again. Again off the board. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fate. Well, we know how fate rolls, right? So, a 1 or a 2, I remove a book. A 3 or a 4, there's no change. A 5 or a 6, I add a book. Hopefully, since we don't have any books, we can get a 5 or a 6. A 1. I don't have any books to remove. I guess I just have to keep going. Now, watch me get all the way to the end of this with one book and have to play it again. 2. 1, 2, spinner wheel. All right, screen recording. Let's go. Please be good. Free pass. A free pass is just that there's no action to be taken. So I guess we will roll again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. TBR jar. Well, at least we get one out of here. Hopefully it's one that was good, because man, that TBR was shaping up to be so nice. Hopefully I can pick one of those books again. Let's see what we got. A dark romance with a prison setting. Hold please. Okay. So for dark romance with a prison setting, I'm going to go with Savage Lands by Stacey Marie Brown. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but according to Google, it does have the prison setting, and it is a dark romantasy, so hopefully it works. Savage Lands, Stacey Marie Brown says, almost 20 years after the barrier between Earth and the otherworld fell in the Fae Wars, Budapest is balancing on the precipice. A battle for dominance is brewing between the elite Fae and the privileged humans in Eastern Europe. The prejudice between the sides is bubbling with hate and violence. 19-year-old human Brexley has grown up in privilege, but not without heartbreak. After being orphaned, she is taken in by General Marcos, living in a walled city rife with power grabs and ruthless political games. Then one night the course of her life changes, and Brexley is thrown into the most feared prison in the East, Hal El Haz, the House of Death, where you go in but don't come out. She must learn to live with the worst of Fae and human and criminals. The rule of hierarchy puts humans on the bottom, where the only way to survive each day is to make alliances with the Fae. Here she meets the sexy, vicious legend Warwick Farkas, a myth among man and Fae. He is as brutal, cruel, arrogant, and as lethal as the lore says he is, ruling the prison with unchallenged authority. Brexley can't deny an intense draw to him, one that might cost her life. If the games don't take her out first, a fight to the death where only one survives. Okay, I've seen a lot of people enjoy this book. I know it's been around a minute, and I am definitely willing to give it a shot. I've seen some people that I have tastes that align with enjoy this, so I think I will too. Okay, next roll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. TBR jar. Okay, hopefully we can get some of those other books back on there because, man, I was looking forward to some of those. A book without chapter titles. Well, let's just see if any of these previous books have chapter titles. For a book without chapter titles, we're going with Born for Silk by Nikki Harris. They are numbered, so it says chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, but from what I see in the sample on Amazon, there are no actual chapter titles. So that's what I'm going with because it was kind of hard to find one. Okay, here we go. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a free space. Nothing to be done there. Rolling again. 3. 1, 2, 3 is fate. Fate says we roll the dice. We get a 1 or a 2. We remove a book. A 3 or a 4. Nothing changes. A 5 or a 6. We add a book. A 1. Have to remove a book, and we only have 2. So let's see. Between Savage Lands by Stacey Marie Brown or Born for Silk by Nikki Harris, I think I'm going to keep Born for Silk. Just because it's been on my list during just this game like 3 times already. So we're just going to go with that one. We're going to remove Savage Lands. And we're going to roll to see if we get a 1. I think I'm going to end up having to replay this game anyway because I just don't have enough books on here. We'll see. A 2, which means 1, 2, another fate. Rolling for fate again. A 5, we add a book. So, which book do I want to add? I'm definitely going with something that was on my list already. Let's see, we had To Cage a Wild Bird, The Predator, Nocticadia, Jade City, Bookshops and Bone Dust, A Touch of Golden Madness. Good Lord, we've been through it this time, huh? Let's see. I will go with Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. It's been on my Goodreads TBR the longest for sure. And I just read Anathema by Carrie Lake, I think in October, and I loved it. So we're going to go with Nocticadia for this one. Okay. A 1 or we'll see. A 3. I believe that's going to put us on the free space. 1, 2, 3. Rolling again. Another 3. 1, 2, 3. Another fate roll. A 4. Nothing changes. Another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. TBR jar. I think this is the longest TBR game I've ever played. The first one was 2 rounds, but I feel like with all of the go back to starts and everything and the 2 nightmares, this is definitely the longest. Like, I've been recording for like 2 hours now, which is fun. I love my game, but book from your TBR with the lowest Goodreads rating. Well, let's just look at that, shall we? I have way too many books on here, probably. 607 books on my want to read on Goodreads. So I'm wondering if maybe I should go, I know this might be cheating, maybe I should go with either my priority reads list, which has, I think, my priority reads list has 67 books on it, or my up next list has 25. So maybe I should narrow it down a little. I think I'll go with the priority reads. There's more to choose from. Let's see which one. I'm regretting my life choices now. Zodiac Rising by Katie Zhou. I think that's how you say that. Descendants of the Zodiac #1. I really hope it's not YA. I'm just not into YA right now. At a secret Manhattan boarding school, the descendants of the Chinese Zodiac have hidden away since the source of their magic, the 12 Zodiac statues, was vandalized and lost to time. Thus, a curse befell the descendants, and they've lived as creatures of darkness, until now. When the lost statues suddenly resurface and a powerful classmate is found dead, all signs point to foul play from the Fae. The descendants finally have the chance to take back what's rightfully theirs and break the curse. To pull this deadly heist off, though, they must assemble an elite crew: the vampire, the shapeshifter, the mortal, the werewolf. Only these 4 have the power to save the descendants, but the wrath of the Fae waits at every turn. One wrong move and the fate of their kind will come crashing down. It has a 3.3 star rating, 175 reviews. I guess it's going. I don't want to eliminate it just because it doesn't have a lot of ratings. I'm sorry, it has 634 ratings, so that's not terrible. I had to turn a page for my notes. That's crazy. Okay, let's roll. 5. I feel like we're going backwards more than we're going forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Free space. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Free space. 1. Fate. Rolling for fate. 4. Nothing changes. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spinner wheel. Okay, let's see what the spinner wheel's giving us this time. Spin. Free pass. Again. Okay. Okay. Got a free pass. Not doing anything there. Gonna roll. Oh. 1. TBR jar. Well, at least the game has been interesting today. But my gosh, I hope this video doesn't end up being an hour and a half long. A book with a title that includes a season. Okay, for a book that has a season in the title, I'm just gonna go with Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. Out of the 600 some books on my Goodreads TBR, there was only a couple of them that had any kind of season in the title, and this is definitely the one I want to read the most. If you don't know anything about Bryn Weaver, she's the one that wrote the Ruinous Love trilogy, which I loved. I enjoyed that so much. Seriously looking forward to this one. This one just says, "Welcome to Cape Carnage. Visit once, stay forever." Tourist Season is a darkly funny, slow burn enemies to lovers romance where destruction and desire are balanced on the edge of a blade and where love is the most dangerous battleground of all. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. All right, we need 1, 2, 3 to get to the finish. Let's see what we get. 4, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. Another fate roll. 3, nothing changes. 2. 1, 2. Another fate roll. 3. Nothing changes. 3. 1, 2, 3. Free space. 1. Another fate roll. 2 means to remove a book. Right now I have Born for Silk by Nikki Harris, Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, Zodiac Rising by Katie Zhou, and Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. The logical choice is to take Zodiac Rising off the list. It has the lowest rating, and I didn't even have it on my radar to read. So we're gonna remove that one. I guess if I don't end up with enough books, I don't necessarily have to replay the game unless I'm forced to get rid of more books. But I have 3 left. If I can keep those 3 and finish the game, then I can just spin for my KU, my ARC, and I think my creator pick. And then I'll have 6. which is an okay number for me. Okay. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. TBR jar. Longest TBR game in the history of TBR games. I do not blame you at all if you have to go do something else and come back and finish this later, because good Lord Almighty, we're still here. Good thing I like it. A book set on an island. Interesting. Okay, let's see what we can find. Okay, for a book set on an island, I'm going to go with Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. I read House in the Cerulean Sea a few months ago and really liked it. It was so cute. And I'm really looking forward to reading this one. If you haven't read it yet, I suggest you do. It's like a warm hug. Loved it. All right. Get that out of the way. See if we can get to the end of this game. 2, 1, 2. Fate roll. 4. Nothing changes. We need a 1 to finish the game. A 6. That's as far as you can get from finishing the game then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a wild. What do I want to choose for wild? I think I'm probably going to go with one of the books that I already chose, because I was excited to read most of them before they got wiped from the slate. Let's look. So we still have The Predator, Jade City, Bookshops and Bone Dust, A Touch of Golden Madness. Okay, so of those, I'm going to go with The Predator to get the creator pick on there. Okay, The Predator by Runix on the list. Let's see. So now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish the game. All right. Oh, it went off of the board, but it is a 5. I promise it was a 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and finish the game. Let's see what we have so far. Let's see if we need to spin for any of the other things. We have Born for Silk by Nikki Harris, Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune, and The Predator by Runix. I think that's a pretty darn good TBR, honestly. So we got the creator pick on there. Born for Silk is my KU book. So now we just have to spin the arc wheel. So let's do that. Arcs. I did not remove Red City yet. I haven't caught up on all of my spinner wheel updates yet. So bear with me. If we get that one, we'll have to respin. And spinning. Hollow. Perfect. That was on the TBR for December and I didn't get to it. So that's perfect. We're going to add it back to this one. Okay, so that's our TBR game. I am so sorry I kept you for hours out of your day today, but I am so glad that you watched, especially if you stuck it out, man. You're a trooper and I appreciate you. So that leaves us with Born for Silk by Nikki Harris, Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune, The Predator by Runix, and Hollow by Selena Myers. I think that's a pretty good TBR. I'm excited about most of those books. Of course, I wouldn't pick them if I didn't want to read them, right? I am kind of bummed that I missed out on some of the previous picks twice, but I'm happy with what I got, and I'm excited to read them. So let me know in the comments if you've read any of these. Let me know if you watched the whole dang video, because I adore you if you did. Thank you. And I will be back with another video for you next week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.